Hey, welcome. Conscious Casey here, raising consciousness globally, starting with one viewer at a time. So thank you for coming here. Thank you for being here. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. We're heading to greater places. This is all a process of unfolding and waking up. And if you're on that journey of waking up, on that journey of growing consciousness and expanding your wisdom, then join me. All right, so this is, what did I call this series? I called it Unpolished, okay? Because this is unpolished content. I'm just working on my delivery and working on finding my voice, kind of like I have my entire life. I haven't been connected to my voice. I haven't been connected to myself. I've been outward seeking, trying to fill a void that was always there. And I'm just really filled with a lot of love today. I'm going to put a big heart on here. Big heart, full of love. And it's because I have hope today. I have hope because I just was talking to one of my good friends. We just have a beautiful connection. It's a beautiful connection. It's full of acceptance. It's full of love. It's full of gratitude. It's full of being our authentic selves and showing up however we show up that day, and letting go of judgment, and also just encouraging each other along this path. And man, what if everybody had people like that in their lives? I know if I would have had people like that in my life early on, I would have lived a different life, a different trajectory, but that's okay. So each time we level up in our being, and when I say being, that means like our soul, our the source. Jesus said the kingdom is within you, so it's our kingdom, right? It's spirit, it's the divine, whatever that divine essence is. It's the essence of life, Life. Life is God to me. I just love being filled with it. And you know how you become filled with it? You got to let go of what's blocking it. So what things block the flow of energy, the flow of spirit, the flow of life? Okay? We got this block right here. We'll call it, they call it ACE, adverse child event, aka trauma. We'll just call it ACE. All these things that happen in childhood that we really couldn't handle. All right? Those kind of block the flow. Those block the love. We close off our heart. We harden. We grip. We tense up. We move into survival mode. It affects all systems, especially our nervous system. Our nervous system gets wrapped up. We breathe shallower. We're more reactive. This can go on your entire life if you never deal with these kind of things, if you never release the dam, if you never dissolve the block. What else can do this? So this happened in childhood. Maybe you were in a couple early years relationships. We'll just call it toxic relationships. Toxic relationships. We'll put an R on there. Toxic relationships. And then if we don't get the right nurturing, and I'll tell you what, 99% of people do not get the nurturing that they need in their childhood. We're highly separated. We're highly individualized. And we're also becoming more and more distracted. And when you don't have your eyeballs on your kids and you're not being present with them and you're not participating in their lives, or you're striving for your job or other people, or you're just busy, or you don't have time for them, the kids suffer, okay? Kids suffer and they don't get what they need emotionally and physically and mentally. This is not coming down on anyone. My purpose is just to raise awareness so that we can change the thought processes and we can look at our past in a different way, and we can expand our consciousness moving forward. Okay, there's no blame, shame game here. Okay, there's only acceptance. There's only acceptance about that's the way it was. Okay, so we'll just put childhood. When I talk to people about recovery, because I am in recovery, people say, recovery from what? Having a childhood. Everybody belongs in that, I think. I'm recovering from food addiction, uh, sex addiction, love addiction. I've been filling, the holes in me and trying to get my heart back by using these outside things. Then our attention goes out, trying to seek things to fix these holes that are in our heart. And yeah, like I said, we do it with love. Please love me. We do it with attachment to other people. That is the love attachment. We do it with vice, right? Vice, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, food, sugar, tamales. Vice. What other kind of addictions? Process addictions. Who's here addicted to their phone? Don't even tell me that you're not. Okay. There is some level of addiction. It's the way it's designed. Okay, just like the processed food that we eat, it's designed to be addictive. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. We're just raising awareness about it. Maybe you put the phone down a little more. Maybe you stop eating a little more processed stuff and start eating more whole foods. We're just experimenting with life here. All right. So we got this love, relationships, vice, coffee, caffeine, um, video games, pornography. That's all here in this vice category. All right. So what do we do with this? Now our flow is blocked, and when our flow is blocked, we start to see ailments in our life. When this is wide open, we have ease. We have ease. When this is blocked, we have dis-ease. What does this look like? Disease, right? We start having disease in our bodies, start having disease in our minds, and we start being tormented by our emotions. So, how do we get over this? We start working on ourselves, all right? Now, there's many different ways up the mountain to healing. And I'm not going to suggest one, this is the way. Yoga has been a way of healing for me. I'll just list them over here. Yoga. When I say yoga, I mean meditation. I mean movement. Pratyahara. Is that what it is? It's like restraint of the senses. There's a bunch of different paths in yoga, and it has been highly beneficial to me. Letting go, highly beneficial to me. Letting go. We go into these places. And we reprocess the memories of them, and we feel them, and we let the emotions come up and the tears come out. I did this for a couple of years. It was my medicine on a daily basis. I knew if I wasn't experiencing pain or grief or some kind of release almost on a daily basis, then I wasn't doing the work anymore. And so that was my job during that part of my life, was to release all of that. And I'm still doing it today, but it's very fewer and far between when I have those releases. I'm much more whole, complete, and well adjusted now to life. And I'm also the most mature that I've ever been, and the most fit. All these things just line up. When you start taking away these, you start dealing with what happened in childhood. Let me use my little. You start working with a therapist or going through the 12 steps of recovery, or reading books and start journaling and working through your trauma. EMDR, I'm going to put that on here. EMDR was super helpful for my trauma recovery therapy. AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, crucial to my recovery. I don't have any limits on what it takes to heal. I don't have any limits on what it takes to recover from the life I used to live. But why would I put any limits on it? Oh, I'll try this, but I won't try that. Why not? So anyways, AA. I also go to recovery Dharma. I can't spell Dharma. I also follow the Buddhist tradition of thinking. I can't. Okay, Buddhist tradition of thinking plus 900,000 other things, but this is a good start. So when we start working through these issues, we release blockages. Okay, now I got a piece of my heart back. I feel more whole and complete. And when you do this, like your energy state, you will notice your energy state. Here's a graph. Okay, I'll say when I started at the beginning of all of this, and my heart was almost completely blocked, super pissed off, super broken, didn't like anything. You know, my life was in the gutter. My whole life was on fire. Uh, my energy was like here. I could barely get out of bed. All right. But when I started working through the stack of healing and started finding out what things helped, meditation, okay, letting go, crying it out, crying on a daily basis, journaling. This is how I feel. That really hurt me. I don't like how this is happening. Okay, I notice this pattern now of feeling, and I start letting things go. My energy and my happiness starts to run this way, starts heading up here. All right. Then I went to therapy for 2 years with a beautiful angel named Jessica. She changed my life, and she spent a lot of time with me and really present time with me and worked through a lot of things with me, with my divorce, with recovery, with just opening up to life really for the first time. Energy just really it went like this. It wasn't like that squiggly, okay? It was like this. It was like this. I just kept going to higher levels of peace, higher levels of love, higher levels of being okay with myself. I'm gonna put on the list over here. I got too many markers going on here. Ah, put on the list. Turn inward. I had to let go of the outside world. I had to go into the cocoon of transformation, just like a butterfly. There was lots of times where I would just go weeks where I would not participate in society. I would not participate in life. I would just be working and doing these things. Like that was my path. And AA, that's where AA was crucial, that I had community. I would go to meetings almost every day, at least an hour meeting. I meet people, check in, tell them how I'm doing, give some hugs or shakes, and I'm out, and I'm back on my path here. That really helped. So when we start, I'm just going to continue on this. We release all these blockages. And I fully believe that there's an end to this when we fully release all that's holding us back. It gets more subtle as you go on. The first things are the big chunks to let go, but the more you go, the more subtle. I might have like a little thing here where I'm scared of public speaking. I might have a little thing here where relationships with a romantic partner, that I got to work through, little blockages, okay? But look at this big whole fresh heart here. Okay? This is where I am right now. I came from complete blockage 5 years ago to a pretty open heart. And my daily practice is to keep my heart open. All right? When somebody walks in, when I join a meeting, when adversity hits me, do I close up? Do I get scared? Do I become reactive? No, I keep my heart open. I focus on my breath. I have these practices built in. They took time to build, but it's definitely possible to get to the root of things and to recover from childhood and become a whole and complete human being. So when this is wide open, this is filled up, I'm connected to spirit. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. So when my focus is here and I'm just pumping energy back into myself all the time, it starts overflowing and going out into the world. Now I go out and help serve other people. I go out and spread messages of love and acceptance and forgiveness to other people. This is the path. And then when your heart is full and open, these little things up here, remember the process, your phone addiction, your food, your cigarettes, your alcohol, your video games, your pornography, the love addiction, please love me, I'm lonely, and the relationship that you have to have, those things kind of dissolve. There might be like little here and there's, especially as we continue on, and as we continue on this level up, right? On this level up of energy and consciousness. And on each one of these upticks, there's a little integration period, okay? Where the old you is dissolving and the new you is coming together with who you are, all right? And during those collapse, these level ups, these things come back a little bit, the food, the love, it's the dysregulation of the nervous system. And what do? We lean on our tools that we learned in all of these. I'm going to put breath. Breath is so freaking important to regulate our nervous system. All right, that's kind of like the high level overview of the last 5 years for me, and on how you go from complete blockage of your heart and an effed up life to doing pretty well and opening back up to life and having a beautiful time. I'm going to leave it at that. I wish you well on your expansion of consciousness. I love you. I'll see you in the next video.